patterns. It's so hard to break. And I know, and then I just do it anyway and hurt myself. And always have this crazy high hopes for things that I know are gonna hurt me, and I just hurt everybody else doing that, being all hurt all the time. It doesn't pay sometimes in this world to be all hurt, you know? Pays in some ways, in other ways it's tough. It's tough. And I don't know. I'm just sorry. Sorry to the people that I put through this.
Okay. I believe strongly that love is the key to things. Self-love, self-healing, giving love to others, loving the world, loving the planet, loving the creatures, all things. And being able to give that much love, as much as love as you can, it does make you vulnerable. And I mean, even in real life, I don't want to say real life, all life is real, but even if someone chooses a life that's not necessarily love-based, they still feel pain, and they still have those emotions other ways. And for men, it's an instinctual thing to bottle that up and to not share it and to not let it out and to not ask for help with it. And I've lived that life before, and it was a horrible life, and it did me no good, and it made me bitter and in pain, and those around me the same. And so I've chosen to live a life where I ask for help, I let it out, I feel it, and I express it, and I'm not afraid of it. Sometimes it might happen because I'm afraid. That's for sure. I mean, what we just saw here in this video is essentially, I have a thing where I can fall in love, boom, fast, and it's powerful and it's strong, and I believe in it, and I will fantasize and make this whole thing, and then sometimes if the fantasy collapses, it's painful. But that's part of the process. It's part of the process. It's part of learning. It's part of growing. It's part of understanding ourselves. It's part of, it's a thing. And no great thing ever comes without some amount of struggle. And having the opportunity to love anyone or anything, or to be loved by anyone or anything, is a great privilege. And I welcome it. And I realize it won't always be exactly how I want it to be, and I realize that I will struggle, and sometimes I will take 10 minutes and I'll cry it out, and then I come back. I'm like an oak. I always say that. I'm like an oak in the woods, in this tree, this vast strength of a tree that just stands there, and I love all the people I've ever loved. I don't hate anyone. There's some people that rub me the wrong way, and I'm not for everyone, and I know everyone's not for me. But if I ever shared love with someone, I still have that love for them today, no matter where they are or what they're doing, and I would always have time for them on some level. I might not include them in my life because of where they're at in their life. I need to be very conscious very aware that the people that I allow into my close life have a certain level of stability, or a certain level of, it's not even stability. I just need to be it's important that those close people are well chosen people, because the wrong people can take from me, and we've seen that. You saw me a couple months ago where that wrong combination tore me down. And it wasn't because the person was bad or anything wrong with them. They're a good person. They're just at a different place in their life than I'm at in my life. And so now I've met someone who I feel like is at a very similar place, and there's a lot of power and a lot of energy swirling around this new person, and it's very, 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 very easy to get caught up in the fantasy of it, because the fantasy that it could be, and how easy it is to see it and feel it. Wow, it's it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So I got a little caught up in the fantasy of it, and and then when I kind of snapped into the reality, and I had some emotions, and of course I've got to kind of also go through a grieving process with the person that I just left, even though we didn't have that fire. We were there for one another. We supported one another. There was a daily communication, and there's a definite loss there. So it's important that I feel my emotions, that I share my emotions, and I get them out. I don't bottle them up. I learn from them and grow, and go out into the world with love, with more love, and love for myself, love for my children, love for the other people close to me. So yeah, I encourage that, and I think I've said this before. You, like, with a baby, you will see, like, if you had two babies and they're playing in a sandbox, and one baby takes the other baby's, like, toy vehicle or truck, a car, a doll, doesn't matter what it is, they take their toy, and the other baby, they get all upset and they're crying and whatever like that, and then a couple minutes later, the toys got back, or they don't even care about the toy anymore, and they're playing, and it's like it never happened. And I call it, like I've said, I call it let it flow and let it go. And so that's kind of part of my process when I have this thing. It's like I'm gonna ugly cry and let it out, and then just move forward with the love of the whatever the thing is, that put me in a position. So anyway, I encourage you to do the same. I encourage you to cry. I encourage you, I don't care if you have to go to the bathroom and do it under the fan in the darkness of a blanket, or whatever you need to do to let yourself do it. I encourage you to do it. I encourage you to cry. I encourage you to let yourself feel. And if you can feel that end, you're going to be able, if you can feel this way, you can feel that way. You understand what I'm saying to you? If you can allow yourself to pour out these feelings, the sadness and the darkness, and you can feel that, you're going to allow yourself to feel more love and happiness. You're going to be more open to people and understanding, and you're going to be of better service to yourself, to your children, to your partner. The ability to sympathize with people and recognize their feelings because you've felt them, because you allow yourself to feel them. You're going to be able to put your arms around those people, and you're going to be able to give them a warmth and a love that they need, that you have inside you, because you actually allow yourself to go there. Bottling it up is not going to help you. It's going to eat you alive. And You don't want to do that. I don't care how big and tough and strong, if you're some martial artist, or you're covered in tattoos, or you're in a biker gang, or whatever it is. I encourage you to cry. I encourage you to cry, to play, to love. Anyway. And to laugh. And to laugh. Have a good day. Thank you for listening, and I hope that you're free with your emotions today.